Hi guys, in this video, we'll show you how to flash latest DerpFest ROM Android 16 base onto Poco F7. So please take a backup of all the phone's data and then let's get started. First off, get the ROM file and the IMG file from these links. For the IMG file, just get the file of vendor boot and the recovery file. Init boot is not required for now. Just get these two files and then get the ROM zip file. Once you have got all these files, let's now start with the ROM flashing process. So first and foremost, get the SDK from my article, the Android SDK from here, extract them onto your PC. Upon doing so, you will get the following files. Let me show you the files of platform tools. One that is done. Now enable OEM unlocking and USB debugging. OEM unlocking is required to unlock the phone's bootloader, and USB debugging is required for ADB command. So with that said, let's enable both the toggles onto our phone. For that, go to settings, then about phone, type on OS version 7 times. Then go back, go to additional settings. From there, dev options, and enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. You might get a prompt check mark, aware of all the risk. Then wait for 10 seconds, and after that type on OK. So let's now do so. You might get one more prompt after that, again type on OK, and with this the debugging is now enabled. Let's first verify it. So for that, type in CMD in the address bar of platform tools, hit the enter key, then type in the command of ADB devices, verify you are having an ID. If that's all fine, then now you have to unlock the phone's bootloader. For that, we have a Python script. So go to the article and the video and get the job done from here. Once you unlock the phone's bootloader as well, your next course of action is to boot the phone to fastboot mode. So for that, type in the command of ADB reboot bootloader, hit the enter key, and the phone should now be inside the fastboot mode in a few seconds. When that is the case, type in the command of fastboot devices and hit the enter key, verify you're having an ID as well. You could see over here we're having the ID. If you're not having this ID, in that case, install the fastboot drivers onto your PC. The link for the same is given in my article. Go through it once, install the drivers. When that is done, let's now start the ROM flashing process for the DerpFest ROM. So just hit the Ctrl F and start the flashing for the DerpFest. So first off, transfer all the files inside the folder of platform tools. By all the files, we mean the ROM file, the recovery, and the vendor boot. Let's cut and paste the files here. Likewise, to do a renaming as well. For renaming, remove the numbers if there are any from the end of the files. This should be the recovery IMG. Apart from that, for the ROM file as well, name it something shorter. Let's name it ROM. The name becomes rom.zip. Once that is the case, first off, let's flash the recovery and the vendor boot file. So copy the command for the recovery, paste the command in the CMD window, hit the enter key. Then we have the vendor boot. Again, copy the command and paste the command here. Hit enter. After that, let's boot up into the recovery mode, the newly flashed recovery. For that, the command is fastboot reboot recovery. So copy the command from here, paste the command in the CMD window, hit enter, and you should now be inside the newly flashed recovery, the DerpFest recovery. In just a moment, let's just verify that, and after that, we'll flash the ROM file as well. This will take just a few more seconds. You could also use the Orange Fox recovery, but for now, we're using this ADB approach and not the recovery approach. With that said, we are now inside the recovery mode. First off, go to factory reset. The touch is not working. Use the volume key to highlight this. Press the power key to confirm. Again, format data. Once again, format data. Data wipe is now complete. Now go back and choose install update, ADB sideload. And first off, type in ADB devices. Verify you're having the sideload keyword. Let me show you the sideload keyword. If that's all fine, now type in the command of ADB sideload and the file name, which is rom.zip. Hit the enter key. The flashing will now start. Take 4 to 5 minutes. So guys, the flashing is about to get over in just a few more seconds. Let's just see that. You will now get a prompt on your phone from the recovery mode itself. So now to flash any other file, type on yes. For now, I'm skipping that. I don't want to flash any other zip file. So I'm just tapping on no. Let's use the power volume key to select, highlight the option and press the power key to confirm. Finally, please do a phone formatting once again. It's a must at the end. So factory reset, format data, once again format data. It's now complete. Now you may choose reboot to system and the phone should now be inside the OS. But the first booting up will take up some time, around 20-30 seconds at the very max. After this, we should be having the boot animation and the boot logo of the DerpFest ROM. If that happened, then we have flashed the ROM file successfully. Let's just verify it once. We should be just reaching there with the DerpFest animation. You could now see we have got it. So the flashing went fine. Now give it some more time, and that's just about it. We are now inside the OS. It's the QPR2 based ROM. You could see we have got the new UI as well of the settings menu. Let's skip this for now. Choose the English language and skip this. If you want, you may connect to Wi-Fi, link your Google account and restore all the app data, but that will take a lot of time. So let's just skip that as of now and only accept all the terms and condition, and I guess that should be sufficient. We should be inside the OS now, and that is it. Let's now have a look at the ROM. It's a GApps build, so you have a few pre-installed Google apps as well. Third-party apps is the Dolby Atmos. Gallery app is also there, but we already have the GApp. The Google Photos is there. Yes, it's there. I don't know why it's there. The Gallery app. Anyways, Accord app is a music player app, I suppose. Yes, it's a music player. Then we also have the automatic call recording app, the VCR. That is there as well. Then this is the QS size. You may resize the size as well from here. Just drag it to make the size larger or smaller from here. Once you are done, just hit the back button and they are now saved, as you could see. Anyways, let's just see the settings menu. And from here, you get all the tweaks. This is the section for the tweaks. First off is the theming settings. Let's see that. The rainbow or the content. This is fine. Let's stick with this only. Status bar tweaks. You may enable the quick pull down from the right hand side and it's working great. System icons, show or hide the icons from here. You may add a custom logo at the top left or right. Let's choose any random logo. As you could see, they are now added. For now, let's turn this off. Notification count can be enabled. Colored icons, you could now see. It's now colored. Do a UI restart. Then clock positioning, you may show seconds as well. Then board clock. Okay, it's fine. Background chip can be added. Let's say sharp gradient, you could see is added as well. Battery style is fine, but I want the battery percentage inside the icon. That's fine. Battery icon theme, this is new. iOS 15, you could apply for any one of these. Let's do this one. Apply. This is something new which I just seen. Active. Okay, let's stick with this for now. Something new. Then we have the quick settings. The QS panel size, the QS size shape, let's say rounded square. And you could see the change is implemented. Then anything new with regards to the QS. Okay, you may add the header image from here. Choose the one of your choice. Let's say DerpFest OnePlus, and you can also choose from these options you have. As you could see over here, DerpFest OnePlus, the options. Okay, these three options are there. These are quite basic, but fine for now. Will get the job done. Let's go back again. Go back. Then we have the, you may show or hide these icons. The pencil icons, settings and power menu can be hidden from here if you don't require them. The gradients are enabled. The gradient colors can be changed. Let me just verify it once. Let's open torch. So you could see the icon colors. Our gradient is quite visible over here. Great. Let's now go back. Then we have the notification tweaks. Anything new, the bubble notifications. When you click on the notifications from here, the app, okay, you could see the bubble. It's now gone. So for system, this might not work. Let's choose this one. Charging this USB. Yes, you could now see it's shown here. You could drag it and place it anywhere you want. Close it from here. Great, that's working as well. Dynamic bar can be used for audio recording, media playback, ongoing call, timer, stopwatch. Okay, let's try it out and see how it looks. First off, let's open the screen recording. Record the screen and let me see how it looks. Likewise, let's also open the clock and start the stopwatch from here. Start. So you could see at the top over here, you could swipe it from here. To access them, just tap on this and you have all the options. The recent screen is there, the clock is there. You can also start the screen recording. Okay, screen recording was not shown, I suppose. Let me start it once again. Record this screen. Okay, start record screen. Now let's tap on this. Okay, you could swipe from here to access them. Tap here and the screen recording. The stopwatch is there. Pause it or stop it. So this is working great. And you also see the ETA of the, let's say, food delivery apps, the cabs. All of them will be shown here for the VPN as well. Flashlight can be turned on or off from there. Let me show you that as well for the sake of reference. Tap here. You have the flashlight icon. This is a new animation, as you could see from here. Let's keep this turned off. Great. Let's remove this for now. The dynamic bar we have seen just now. Let's go back. Then we have the buttons, power menu. advanced restart is there, and it has the option to reboot to the system recovery fastboot D, and fastboot system UI is not there. Okay, it's there in the power menu itself over here, which is great. It is there, but at the bottom you could see. So we have that options. Then apart, volume panel can be changed. The positioning of the volume panel. In the lock screen, you could hide the status bar. Unlock animations can be shown, fingerprint vibrations, screen of animation, CRT, and you could see the CRT impact is there right away. Pulse and music player can be shown there as well. For spoofing, upload the keybox file, and you will pass the strong test. You also have the option to get unlimited photo storage. But for the keybox file, you could simply get the file from my article, ask the file by the article's comment section. I'll share the file with you. You could load the file here and then pass the strong test. If you obtain root, you can also flash my keybox module. The choice is all yours. This is the keybox module. You may flash the keybox module, or you may simply use the keybox file, load the file from here, and you will pass the strong test with ease. No issues with that. Miscellaneous tweaks, ignore Windows secure flag. This will help you take a screenshot of screen recording in banking and payment apps. Settings UI, anyone will do transparent background, and not a major change. You might require a UI restart and then this will work. Anyways, display. Then you have the fourth dark mode, colors, rotation settings, refresher. Just keep this at 120 at all times. You may simply enable this, and this will lead to more battery drainage, but that's fine because we get a more fluid and fast UI experience. Screensaver, okay, let's keep that turned off only. Tap to wake, tap to sleep. Both are working great. Then AOD, let's enable that. In the wallpaper, I've also kept the show lock screen wallpaper, and you could see it will be shown. This will lead to slightly more battery, but it's fine. The choice is all yours. You may turn this off, and now you will only get the time you could see and notification icons. That's it. So you may keep either of these two things enabled. Then you have the wallpaper and style section, which is over here. You may change the clock styles from here. This is new one. Also new, a couple of new clocks are there. This is also new. So there are a few new clock styles present over here. In AOSP, we only get around 4 to 5 the same old clock styles, but you could see there are various new clocks that you can choose from here. Then this one, this is old one, new, and it's a long list of clocks. Let's apply any random clock. You may change the color if required, make it more darker or lighter from here. Choose the wallpaper colors or any other color of your choice. Then change the size, make it smaller or larger from here. Once done, hit the apply button. You may change the fingerprint animation size from here. Well, let's choose the icons. Both of them are not working, some UI issue or what. Let's do a system UI restart and verify it once again. Now it's opened. Let me go back. Animations. These are the various animation for the fingerprint. As you could see, you also have the icons, and it's now working great. So please do a UI restart. If it's not working for you, then this will work. And we have a long list of fingerprint animations. I haven't seen these many in any ROMs, I suppose. You could see the list of fingerprint icons that are there. Then let's go to the home screen. Wallpapers or DerpFest wallpapers. There are a lot of DerpFest wallpapers that you can choose from. Then apart from that, we have the icons. Let's choose the, okay, only two icons. Shapes, okay, it's the style. Shapes, we have many. So what is this, the default one or the minimal? Let's choose, okay, by minimal I guess they are saying the themed icons. Let's choose the themed icons, hit the apply button. Layout 5x5 is the one which I use always, so let's choose that. Hit apply. Then the font style is default. You have these font style that you could choose from. Again, a long list of font styles. Let's choose the third one, Acknowlica. This is the one, second one, sorry. Restart system UI, and it should now be applied, and you could see it's now applied. Let's go back. The icon shapes can be changed from here. You have the following icons, as you could see. Let's choose any one of them. Samsung. Again, a UI restart is required, and it's now applied. Let's now go back, and apart from that, okay, just one thing in the display section. Dark theme, you have the pure black mode as well. Likewise, you force enable dark mode for all the apps that don't even support that. Using this, for example, the Amazon app, Fitbit app, all of them can now be force enable dark mode. Great feature. Then apart from that, let's see the system section over here. Then navigation mode, CTS is there, and you have to be online, then this will work. Great, it's working great. Then let's go back. Gestures, what all is there? Quick tap to start action. Let's enable this for take a screenshot. And let's go back and try it here. Again, currently it's not working. So please do a UI restart and then it will work. So we have done a restart. Let's now try it out. Yes, now it's working. So please do a system UI restart. For it to work, try to take a screenshot, enable this. This is also working great. No issue with this. Let's now go back and you may solve the updates from here or from the recovery ADB sideload. The choice is all yours. Finally, let's have a look at the home settings. Icons can be changed from here. Icon pack can be changed. Notification count can be turned off. Icon size and font size can be changed of the icons. Then swipe to access Google app can be turned off from here at a glance. This is one. You may turn that off if not required. Then you may change and remove the Google search bar at the bottom of the home screen as well. This is the one, but let's keep this for now. In the app drawer, you have the option to app drawer style. Let's say legacy full screen. Okay, not a major change. Then we have the list style. Let me see how it looks. Not great. Let's choose that only. Then one UI style, page. I don't know what's changed seriously in this. Finally, we have the iOS style. Okay, now we don't have any app drawer. We only have the home screen only, similar to how it works in the Xiaomi phones. So this is something new. For now, I'm using the normal only, the bottom sheet. Okay, you may also choose a layout. Let's say caddy, but so the apps are now categorized as you could see under folders. For me, this will be somewhat hard to use, so I will stick with the default only. So I have to start a search bar. Clean icons can be enabled in the app drawer, and they are now implemented. For some reason, it's no longer transparent. It's completely opaque. I don't know why. The app drawer suddenly went completely opaque. I'll have to see why this happens. Then in the meantime, gestures, double tap to screen off. Okay, it's fine. Swipe down, none. Shake phone to clear all tasks. You could see we are having a few tasks. Let's try this out. And okay, let's try it out from here. And you could see it's all gone. Great. So let's open this page once again. In the recent, you could enable the Google Lens split screen as well. Background transparency can be changed, memory info. And you could see the screenshot, split screen, lens, more options. You could enable them if required. Then home settings, miscellaneous. Hide and show the app from here. Tap on the eye icon to hide and show it this. And I guess that's just about it. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, let me know in the comment section, and thank you for watching the video.